entire Olympics. That would be Team USA, right? So when Draymond said, act like you're American, I'm sure Kendrick Perkins is, I don't want to speak for Kendrick either, I'm sure he's just as happy about that as you, me, and Molly, and Draymond, and KD. We're all very happy about that. Perk's criticism is this is where people can't have it both ways. Do they deserve more credit? Well, then if so, it's because they were imperiled for the exact reasons you point out, Stephen A. I also made them the favorites to win the whole thing, even without our A team. We didn't send Steph and Harden and LeBron and KD and AD. Some guys were hurt, some guys, whatever. That team, no matter how long the other teams played together for, I'm not stressing it. I'm good. We're good. We'll beat them. It's not the team we sent. We didn't even send the next version of that team. We probably sent the third best version of the team we might have sent. Does that make me nervous? Yes, for the reasons you pointed out. Partly, it's different kind of rules, different kind of fouls called. It's a slightly different game. The three-point line is in, making everyone a better shooter. Also, you're throwing together a team of guys who have to play against guys who've been playing for half a dozen years together. If you just look at the strength of the rosters, Team USA has a team that, if they played together all the time, would crush everyone and win a championship in the NBA. No other country has a team that would win a championship in the NBA. Of course we got the best roster. There are all the other factors I just mentioned making it hairy. And how hairy was it? We lost back-to-back exhibitions to Australia and Nigeria. We lost to France once play started. You know, we had to come back. Those guys had to come back on Australia in order to get to France in the gold medal round. It took a great performance by KD. So if we're sitting here asking, do these guys deserve more credit? And I'll say, yeah, they deserve more credit. Then we're also acknowledging that what they did wasn't a given, even if they were favored. What they did was difficult to do. You can't both say it was easy to do and they deserve credit. If they deserve credit, it's because it was tough and they did it. Good for them.
Well, they deserve credit, but it wasn't just tough on a basketball court, Max. You got COVID. You got the debilitating circumstances that's created. You got them playing overseas and not in front of a fan base. That obviously has an effect on you. You got at least a third of their roster that couldn't show up until the finals were over because Drew Holiday, Middleton, and Devin Booker had to compete in the NBA Finals. And Drew Holiday was an incredibly big-time component in all of this. Look at the lockdown effort he put against Patty Mills in Australia, and obviously against France in the closeout game as well in the gold medal game. You got to take all of those things into consideration. And so when I look at these things and I look at the circumstances, you can sit up there and say the world has been dealing with it, and that would be true. But then we take into account the fact that the world have been playing together, the rest of the world have been playing together for years. That's not the case with this team. And also, you had an entirely different coaching staff. You had Jay Wright, you had Steve Kerr as assistants, along with Greg Popovich being the head coach of the squad. And so you got to pay attention to all of those different things. And I'm looking at it from that perspective as well. And I'm just saying that Lloyd Pierce, let's not forget him, the former Atlanta Hawks head coach. He was on the bench as well. So you had an entirely different coaching staff and obviously a slew of different players, a third of which couldn't even show up until later after the NBA Finals were over. You had COVID to consider as well. You got a whole bunch of things that they were working against that other teams didn't have to in previous years. And that's why I say give them credit where credit is due. It was tougher, but it wasn't just because of basketball. There were other mitigating circumstances that they had to deal with, and they still handled their business. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.
My father made it very clear to me that if I went into farming, it was going to be tough. We had a small vineyard on the farm at the time, and we decided that was our future, and that's what I wanted to do. Farming is a very uncertain profession. We worry a lot about the weather, but one thing I haven't had to worry about is my relationship with my bank. And the
Go. Woo-wee! They wanted him to retire? Whew. Damn. None of that shit. So.
No matter what level of pressure Kevin Durant is under, he's a two-time NBA champion. He's now a three-time gold medalist. He's all of those things. When you think about Russell Westbrook, it really, because he's so great, but he's been out of the first round for the last 5 years. And when you look at it from that perspective, to now be playing with LeBron, which brings its own level of pressure, and AD, Anthony Davis, if you're Russell Westbrook and you go to LA, and y'all can't find a way to close the deal, a lot of people's going to look at that. Now, you can sit up there and say, well, they'll look at LeBron, but I will remind you LeBron's a 4-time champion. LeBron's a 4-time champion who's been in 10 NBA finals. So if the Lakers don't advance to the finals, it's not like you're looking at LeBron James, who, by the way, is 36 years of age. You know, Russell's 32. He's gonna pick up the pace because the Lakers were a slow team. They damn sure ain't gonna be slow with him on the court. We know how electrifying he is as a player. He's absolutely unstoppable. He's a walking triple-double. The question is going to be, are you going to be that piece that can take the Lakers over the hump?
That shit money. God dang.
To me, it's Russell Westbrook more so than KD.
Now, Stephen A., when we have these debates, we are assuming health, right? Like, we're assuming these teams are healthy.
We're assuming health.
If you assume health, there's no one under more pressure. Let me rephrase that. The guy under the most pressure is Kevin Durant, even though he has multiple NBA championships and multiple NBA Finals MVPs. And the reason is this. And KD, I want the lower third you have for LeBron, Stephen A. You might need it for KD too. But he is the most talented player ever at his height, ever in the history of basketball. He's obviously a diligent worker. He would never get to this height.
Astute businessman. Let's not forget 35.
He is extremely. When you hear KD talk, I've interacted with him very little, but when you hear him talk, he's obviously highly intelligent. You see the way he's handled. They're highly intelligent. And he is an authentic person. He comes across as a real guy. So all that is true about Kevin Durant. This is what you sign up for when you put together a team like the one they have in Brooklyn. You have to win. If you're KD, these guys are healthy. You must win. I know, Stephen A., you said Lakers have to get through the finals because we all recognize what they got in Brooklyn. If they're healthy, good luck, everybody. KD understood because he is so intelligent and obviously has a lot of passion for basketball. I just wants to play basketball. But he also must have recognized, if I wind up without a chip, people will never recognize really what I'm capable of, my actual level. So, and as we're all complaining, you called it the week of whoever for a superstar, and I was saying it doesn't even count if he wins because they can't lose. Anytime he goes and wins 2 chips, your whole perception of him changed. It went from he's this incredibly talented player to where exactly are we putting him among the very greatest players of all time? Is he there with LeBron challenging MJ, or is he just with Bird and Magic and everybody? Like, he was right about the way we would perceive him. He was right. He joined an unstoppable team. We took some credit away, and even still, in terms of the way he's perceived, he was right. But Stephen A., when you do that, here's what you sign up for. You must win. If KD on this Brooklyn team who's now been together for a year, even though not always on the court or not often on the court together,
Hollywood replacement.
with this crew comes up short, and coming up short means not winning a championship. That's a failure for KD. That's almost like a scandalous failure, and he won't live it down. There's more pressure on him than anyone.
Well, first of all, Max, you're and guess why you're more wrong than anybody else? Guess who can prove that you're more wrong than anybody else? Even more so than me. You know who that person is, Rick?
Earl Shem.
You are the one that is on the record. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mom. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're the matriarch of this show, doing an outstanding job that keeps us in check. You understand? You keep us composed and focused and right on the money. So you usually do that by your recall, your ability to recollect certain things. Molly, you can confirm that Max Kellerman is on the record stating on numerous occasions, nobody has more pressure than James Harden.
Yeah.
Because James Harden is the one that hasn't won a championship. James Harden is the prolific scorer. James Harden is the one that's been knocking on the door. So if the Brooklyn Nets somehow, some way don't get over the hump, just like they didn't do when KD dropped 49, the day I predicted he dropped 50, but he gets to the free throw line with 48 points, and he misses the front end. I'm like, it's just good Lord against you. If you would have kept your mouth shut, he'd be in this right now. I said the brother would drop 50, and he went to the line with 48, and an 85 plus free throw percent shooter missed the front end. Okay? But he's a bad brother, no question. Here's the thing. We all looked at the Brooklyn Nets, and we didn't say KD. We looked at Harden, and because obviously his health. I'm simply saying that. I'm pointing to what you have religiously said over the years when James Harden was leading the league in scoring, and then he obviously advanced to the Brooklyn Nets. You said, yeah, there's more pressure on him than anybody, so how can it be both?
It's a fair point. Let me respond to that. What we saw from Harden in this last season, I thought during the regular season, that's game for game the best player in the league. That includes everyone. He was game for game the best player in the league. Jokic, Embiid, LeBron, KD. Regular season it was Harden. And he has had troubles in the playoffs, and certainly if he chokes, if Harden goes out there and chokes, and that's why they lose, well then yes, he has brought that pressure on himself. But what KD has done recently, there's been a sea change. In terms of the way he's perceived, it's not just who is among the heir apparents to LeBron. There are many people now, given the way he played when he didn't really have Harden or Kyrie in the playoffs, given what he just did in the Olympics, given the fact that he won those two MVP finals, and the final MVPs, there are people, I believe, including you, push comes to shove, if you're asked right now who's the best player in the game,
I say Kevin Durant. I've been saying it at least a year.
No, I think you've been saying he's better than LeBron. I don't think so. That's for sure.
I've been saying for the last year, I think he's the best of the league.
Okay, but even in that case, that is now, I think, the prevailing opinion. And KD is, in fact, if you have to choose, people are taking KD over LeBron now.
I didn't order a pizza.
I know. But that Parker promo saved me so much for my insurance. For a little something special.
State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Man.
You want the real deal? Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Use your spacer out there. Melo? Melo is one. Melo's coming off the bench. But he can knock it down because of Melo. I'm a fan of Melo. I want to see him win a ring. But maybe it ain't all about the threes.
But I'm saying maybe we're getting ready to change the thought process. You know how it goes in waves now. I guess maybe that's what we
Stand bars. Give him down the line, man.
Frank Vogel got him playing so
Don't
much
do that.
defense. And let me better yet, scratch all that. Do you think we're a better team now than we were last year?
I'm not in the.
It's a bad man. Woo! It's a bad man. Come on. Boys can shoot. Why, T? Hey, water! Let's go! Nigga, Mikey can't guard you? Fuck. He ain't got the Jordan logo on his fucking hand.
Yes, I will say yes to that.
Okay, so if we were a better, if we were a better team a year ago, I mean this year than we were a year ago, we were basically picked to finish 1 or 2 behind Brooklyn. So why wouldn't that be the case again this year? This would be fun. I think it's going to be electric.
Hi, I'm George Kittle. My home, the military, and the NFL. Come see what my life is like off the field with USAA's home base on ESPN YouTube.
That's a
Giannis
fucking
is
air
great,
ball.
but I guess I felt so bad for Chris Paul, more so than anything. I was just feeling bad for him. I wasn't super happy
about Chris Paul for you.
Yeah, because this
was more about Giannis.
No, it's a wrap though. Chris ain't gonna never get one. That's why I feel like. I just feel like that was it. That was his best shot. He knew to get it.
Yeah, and they just really Giannis is that guy.
Giannis stepped up.
It's just amazing. The more we watch and found reasons to criticize his game, the more I feel like I lost sight of the bigger picture, which is what a story he is. What a great, just an athlete, like personality-wise, like everything he represents. There's so much about him that you just had to respect, and I came away with a greater respect for Giannis Antetokounmpo after that series. And now that he's got that chip, like there's really nothing else for him to watch.
Brian, we got to start from where this team began in the Tokyo experience and where it ended. It got off to that slow start. Let's talk about the journey for Team USA.
Yeah, and, afterwards, in the locker room area, that's what the guys were talking about. Jerry Colangelo was in tears, even though this is his 4th gold. Draymond Green, who's won 3 NBA titles and, of course, won the 2016 gold, said this was so much tougher because of the crazy chemistry, rushing to get here, rushing players over on planes today in the first game, all of the restrictions that made it so hard. And, frankly, this is a really difficult opponent. The French have a team that creates problems for the U.S., and we saw that in this game at times, but they overcame it, and they overcame it because of Kevin Durant, who may have just had one of the great days of his career, a career-filled,
God
lots of great
damn.
days. The man signed a $200 million contract this morning, and this afternoon.
Niggas, man. Niggas is fucking finished. Stand. I guess Charles Oakley ain't see that first quarter. Get that up, nigga. They need to double in. Penny! Damn, how the hell is he turning me up? He averaging 28. Get up, Earl. Bump into him, yeah. Fuck on my way, Penny. Lock up. Fuck! This is a 90% free. Melo and Earl about to play. Look at this nigga. Look at him. Yo.
Yeah, nigga, good. He had 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. How about you, Kenny? What did you think about a visiting team? Well, I pointed to the efficiency of the offense. The way they've been moving the ball and finding the open man, that's been super impressive. They don't even take the thing out. At this point, they keep playing smart basketball. And Shaq, what did you see from Dallas? Well, they need to turn the heat up on D. Too often we saw them back on the hill not dictating the pace. They allow the shooters to be high. Probably like the high pace. And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Kevin Harlan. Shout out to my man Joe. Joe, what up? And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Carmelo really has his fingerprints all over this one. And he can put up points every time out, but he made it look so easy in that first half. Let's see if he continues that trend the rest
Yo, Joe, what up?
Certainly has the talent and the experience to do just that. In that first half, we saw a pretty tight match. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You got Williams. Players out there.
Damn, nigga. Brent. Shit. Can't guard him. Get that up, Mikey. Oh, Dr. J. Fuck.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Passes it to Melo. From outside the arc. The Mavericks pull it in. Smith's got the ball with 5 inside. On the way to Truman. Williams up on top. He's got 7. And ABC. Pocket 6. And close to the shot. Even with the foul. Now the 2 point. He got crazy. He really didn't have a big time amateur career. You hear about some stars. But boy, he's more than made up for it. Dallas making the switch here. New York leading by 3. The corner. And Sheldon pulls him down. There's a defense team with someone who's as good at shooting the 3 ball as he is. He's a defender equally good as behind the history.
Anytime open the clock, when you take his poise, that's his 4th foul now.
He's another by Arenas. Levinsky. It moves well there. Measures distance.
It takes a conscious effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And so it's off the ball.
Come on, man. Sure.
New York making a change here. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Hardaway passes to Anthony. Back to Hardaway. Some nice pitching by New York here. 6 to shoot. Couldn't get a shot off here. Over it easy.
He was just not taking smart shots out there. He has all nature to them.
Rebounded by Hardaway.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of mismatch foul you.
Over to the wing for 3. A 3-pointer is right on target. Mobley's got 9.
The accuracy Mobley has from 3-point range is crazy. He's had stretches during his career, but it seems like he just can't miss.
Sheldon slightly into that, but that 3 is off the mark. So is Anthony bringing it up from New York.
Let's go.
Boy, that's fast break basketball and absolutely has outstanding assists to finish it off.
Average trail on 6. And the Mavericks now down 2. Charles Hope is checked in for Steph. He comes in for Rudy. Barnes in for Williams. Bulls making a switch here. Oh, here's Sheldon. He's got 5. Gang outside. Yep, there goes. He's got 6.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
There's 1:54 left to play in the third. Back to Rhodes. There's the dish to point. Whoa, defended by Oden. It's only by Oden. Average trail by 4. There's 1:26 left to play here in the third. And 5 off the shot, so they're back to the line.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Here you go, buddy. Choo-choo!
Daddy, the boo die.
I know. We need to find the cord.
Yeah, Daddy doesn't buy.
Here's your hedge.
Yeah, Daddy.
You ready to take a rag to it?
Daddy.
Just for me?
Daddy.
Thanks, buddy. What else is for me?
Daddy.
This is too? You're the best. Kiss? Let me see your hair. So the Mommy at work. All right.
afternoon, he gets his third gold medal.
Yeah, I want to talk more about Kevin Durant. What a scene it was after the victory, wrapping himself with the American flag. You know, you've talked with him. Can you put into...
Come on, Mobley. Bucket.
Terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about to set up this one? How about the secondary playmaking work there? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot. And with these teams locked into this base contest with football promises to be a good one. Taking a look at the Bulls. We got Williams. Floats out to the Bulls.
Bonds. Oh my. Oh my. I keep my head up. Bucket. Oh, this nigga. Oh my goodness, man. Is it the passes or is it you? Come on, hit a shot. These dudes, man. Down to the 1 to the 5, man. Y'all playing horrible. He the only one that's balling.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
Lock up. Come on. Come on, lock up. Ah! Yeah, remember you got 4 fouls. Mercy! Oh, come on now, man. Yo! Dirty. Get him out of here. That's flagrant too.
Daddy. Daddy. Daddy.
Huh? Huh? Did you have fun with Mimi today? Ooh. Melo flopped. Oh, I don't know. Look like a push to the left. Look at this nigga. Flopping. He did the stare down. He thought he was doing something when he scored that last play. You ain't doing nothing but giving us 4. Pass. Bread. Sight. He's still trying to touch you now. Oh, yo. He ain't trying to touch him now. Why ain't he trying to touch him, right? Rest in peace.
We did it again. Verizon has been named America's most reliable network by Real Metrics, and our customers rated us #1 for network quality in America, according to JD Power.
Getting the trophy now. That's the MVP this year and next year and the year after that.
Well, Jalen, Luka is certainly that guy for the Dallas Mavericks. So much so that there are reports that the front office is getting on planes and traveling all the way to Slovenia to sign him to a huge 5-year, $200 million deal. See, I would do this over Zoom. I'm not flying to Slovenia to give you $200 million. I'm doing this over Zoom. What do you think about these reports?
Whew.
You know how Luka that deal when he got a Luka Doncic out here, got a little street war happening. You got Mark Cuban, and Dirk, and Jason Kidd, the latter two Hall of Famers, flying wherever you want.
30.
Make sure your deal gets signed, and rightfully so. He and Kristaps Porzingis are going to resemble more of what people anticipated this year than they did last year. Because Kristaps Porzingis, as I discussed this with Jason Kidd, he's going to actively use him the way he was used in New York. And I know you like that in particular because that's where he gained the name Unicorn. In particular by being a guy at 7'3" that can score 20, but also catch fouls and get you a couple of blocks. I really think the challenge for Cuban after getting
Shot
is like Dave and like Giannis, you have these superstars and you really have to put the right team around them. And I'm not sure that KP is the perfect complementary piece.
Dr. J with the floater.
This year will sort of be a sink or swim year.
He ain't going out without a fight.
Expect them to really challenge some of the top teams in the West. I do. A shout to my brother, who coined him Don Luka. They re-signed my guy Tim Hardaway Jr. He had a terrific season last year. But the West is extremely stout. And to your point, they're going to need one more all-star caliber player to me to catapult themselves into contention status in the Western Conference. But we saw it this year, Jacoby, with COVID, injuries, going back to an 82-game schedule. There are crazy things that happen during the regular season because the Lakers, as an older bunch, they're not going to have a 1, maybe even a 2 seed. So that's going to leave room for teams like
let's go, get it up, nigga.
For the Denver Nuggets and all of those teams who are a lot younger, that's going to play the marathon game. So it's going to be interesting to see how it works out for the Mavs. But as long as you can get Luka signed, you do that immediately.
Passing.
I'm lazy. I'm going to fly to Slovenia and give someone $200 million. You can fly to me to get you $200 million. Yes, you will. You can fly to me to get you $200 million. Jalen, we love young, exciting players in the NBA like Luka Doncic. But we especially love it with their name, Jalen. And Jalen Green looked good in his debut in Summer League for the Rockets. What are your expectations for this young man? The thing I like about him the most as a guy that's going to be able to score in the league off the dribble, off the catch, and transition and half court, I like his fearlessness. And you know what else I like, Jacoby? He stays on balance.
You ain't blocking that.
Like so many times a young player is out of control literally because they're off balance. Look at that right there. That level of poise and balance. You see how they cut off the first move? And then he just turned around and just made the jump shot with ease. The catch and shoot 3. Look at his finish off the wrong foot at the hoop. He has all of the skills already. He's going to be a fantastic weapon for the Houston Rockets. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube.
What are you doing? You looking at? Give me it. What you talking with? Don't do that again. Okay?
This delayed the NBA season. Players went into the bubble.
Don't lick it again.
Became the champions. This all became extra rest.
39-6, triple dub, 18-9-3.
Rehabilitate his torn Achilles and not rush himself back in any way, shape, or form. Take the longest time of any player returning from that injury.
to actually play in an NBA game. And what has done wonders for his confidence and reestablish him as not only obviously an elite scorer, but one of the top couple of players we have in the league, regardless of how you are grading. And so for the Bucks to win the championship, they went through the Nets in the process. Yes, they were banged up. Harden was injured. Kyrie was out. But Giannis is the offseason's valedictorian. He's number one in the class, okay? The way he balled, he made his free throws, he got a signature block, he got a signature lob. He brought the Bucks their first championship since the early 70s. But the salutatorian of the summer, that's Kevin Durant. How he played in the playoffs, the turnaround jumper over the left shoulder. We know if his feet were a half size smaller, they probably would have eliminated the Bucks even being shorthanded. And then now to play the way he's played in the Olympics, how about he's the only guy in the history of Team USA basketball to average 20 points during one Olympic run. He averaged 20, dog.
He's also scored more than anybody else in the history of Team USA. And I just want to say, real quick, when they lost to France, I said they would not lose another game. They would win the gold medal. There's a lot of doubters out there, but David Jacoby had their back the entire time. And it was because of what Kevin Durant mentioned, the unmatched skill that they have, and specifically him. He had an amazing summer. I think in the wash of the Bucks championship, we forget just how good Kevin Durant was in the playoffs. But in regards to the Nets contract, I love this for the Brooklyn Nets because they secure him. Because if you remember, like him, Harden, and Kyrie all could have left after a couple of years, but now you secure him for 4. Do you expect the other two, Harden and Kyrie, to also stay with Brooklyn long term?
I believe so, and it actually happened in reverse. That's why I brought up KD's injury, because that injury now led Kyrie to be the lead domino, because he was the one that actually signed with the Nets first, and then KD, and then they acquired James Harden. So now that KD has re-upped, you anticipate the other guys will do the same. And as you know, this is going to be great theater for the NBA for years to come.
Jalen, I'm going to do the media thing and completely overreact to a couple good performances. I think this will be the year that Kevin Durant not only wins a gold medal, but also wins an NBA championship for Brooklyn. But we'll determine that in years.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.
Hi, I'm George Kittle. My home, the military, and the NFL. Come see what my life is like off the field with USAA's Home Base on ESPN YouTube.
Bam Adebayo attended one of those summer league games, and Jalen, he didn't just have the gold medal. He didn't wear the gold medal. He dangled the gold medal for everyone to look at. Jalen saw over Boston dangling the gold medal in front of everybody.
That's definitely a boss move. As a matter of fact, he should have got the gold medal its own share. Like, you know what? The gold medal is going to have its own share. I love, like the great American philosopher David Jacoby taught me, that people don't celebrate enough.
Looking ahead to next NFL season and NBA season, maybe a few clues as to who might start. Checking in on #1 overall pick Kate Cunningham, and the Pistons facing the Thunder in Summer League. And Cunningham, very mixed reviews.
Yeah, they did.
Queen B, the notorious B.I.G., the best that ever lived, the best that ever did it, the best that ever lived it. Suckers, what's his name, huh? That's how we do it, y'all. Yeah, for all my in the house. Bad boy. Who we die for? All day, every day. Yeah. Hey yo, for the love of it, we bang out. Since my man died, we don't hang out. We brains out, we tear the club up, pull them things out. Mafia world, all my G's backs out. We bad boys, why y'all out? Coward, most of every down south. Far from gangsters, really hush puppies. Barely speak when we discuss money. Stay japping when there's always something funny. The realest never took nothing from me. Rock ice, stay jig. And hey kids, got don't stay big. That hate movies like Rosewood and Matrix. And yo, Biggie taught me well. Biggie told me how to flip like cartwheels. To all my thugs who fucked them, all my girls who hugged them, you love them, jealous man. I rap her down on my feet, then live on my knees. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back, you better duck down, face down, you know the routine, the cream, earrings, you know the drama, Biggie.
So big, I learned to once I got it, I lock it. Banger, big city boy with deep pockets. See me speak, that paper better be the topic. I like my ice frozen like the Antarctic. I'm quick to finish it, you good to start it. And with the flashy colors on, you just a target. Waiting for a hard hit. I like marine blue, marine green, roll with a mean team. Maxed out, fresh out, and stay green. We big boys, we do big things. Born in this county of kings. I ain't got no things, take things. Whenever my moves swing, from the summer, fall, winter to spring, my ills hold it down when I bang. Like Big said, we do the real things. We still bubble and still change, still tussle, still struggle, we feel pain, still ride, still die for Big name.
To all my thugs who fucked them, all my girls who hugged them, you love them, jealous name. I rap her down on my feet, then live on my knees. Please, I can squeeze for representing Bucktown, yeah. Back, you better duck down, face down, you know the routine, the cream, earrings, you know the drama.
Put big, I could put 6 in you. Not cause of what he said, cause of what he did. When I hit, I pop quiz. That's the way I was raised, and that's the way it is, bro. We roll like the Panthers, show our on camera, do jokes for police scanners. Mediocre, full of dirt like hampers. I roll with a bunch of that weird bandanas and rap. We kept it thorough, from the heart, rep the barrel, BK style. See Big how now. Let's see who wanna go against Mafia World. Nothing but squirrels, they know we rap. Trying to get a nut, hitting the head or below it, I roll them up, get plucked. What? Go back, spin a ton and no cats will go to.